Cinema Classics is sponsored by the Gateway Film Center and is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to shows online at wcbe.org. I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
I'm John DeSando.
This is Cinema Classics.
It sure is. Now, you're telling me about this guy, Jim Cummings.
Yeah, no one knows who he is.
No one knows. So I go to, what? Is it Netflix or Amazon?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right.
Amazon,
right. Anyway,
probably.
To see his Thunder Road and The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Yeah.
This guy's whacked out, man.
Right, in a beautiful way.
He is.
So a few years ago, I guess there was a short film that he turned into Thunder Road.
Right.
And I just kept, reading about it, and it just sounded interesting. It's about a police officer in a small town who's kind of losing his grip on, not reality, but just losing his grip emotionally. He's gone through a divorce. He just lost his mom.
He's going to lose his daughter.
Single dad trying to hold on to his daughter. And the movie is a beautifully wrought, sort of dark comedy, slice of life, character study. And I just don't think, I think on a second viewing, I saw maybe it was a little more, it treads a little more familiar ground than I had initially given it credit for.
Okay.
But I was just so impressed by this guy. He just seems to he's tweaked everything enough that it seems really original.
He's got commentary, social commentary, in both films. It'll be on the police and on authority, and there is an element of him about losing it, yet an element at the same time that's sad.
Yeah.
Sad for him, sad for us.
Right.
Because of what it is.
It's really sad. It's sad. It's delightfully sad.
It is.
I was so impressed when I first watched this film, Thunder Road, that the way he opens this movie. He opens it in uniform at his mother's funeral. The camera is on him and never leaves him for a good 5 minutes or so.
It's actually 13.
Is it 13
Yes.
minutes?
Yes.
What a testament to his talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it doesn't feel like 13 minutes.
No.
But he is giving the eulogy at his mother's funeral.
Yes.
And he's trying to explain himself, his devotion to his mother, the value of her life. And then he wants to do this tribute to her. He wants to sing to a Bruce Springsteen song. And the little boombox that he has is inoperable, which causes, all kinds of discomfort. But he dances to nothing.
Yes.
To no music.
Yeah.
And to everyone's horror. And like you said, we're both laughing. But there's something about this guy, the figure he cuts, the tone he strikes, that it is at once both comic, pathetic, and devastating.
It reminds me a little bit of Sacha Baron Cohen. A little bit of that I get both feelings. That he's satirizing, but he's also being profoundly serious.
Yeah.
At the same time, how do they do this, these guys?
I don't know. But that's, I guess, what was most impressive to me is that as a first-time feature filmmaker, this guy puts himself front and center to the audience and says, hey, you're either with me or not. Right? And he either loses the audience right there or you're on his side. So he followed this up. His second effort is called
there you go.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Tells you right away.
Ostensibly a horror film. Right?
It's not The Wolf of Wall Street.
So here's Jim Cummings again playing a mentally slightly imbalanced police officer and dealing with what may or may not be a series of killings committed by a werewolf.
Yeah. Certainly an intelligent animal or being. I think he has good sensibility that it might be a man, okay, because there are elements of intelligence about it that would not be a werewolf. So he's got some things right.
Right.
Now what he's dealing with is really a father who is the sheriff, who's losing it, Robert Forster.
Great, Robert Forster's last performance.
Oh wow, wonderful! And so he's trying to measure up, which is going to be very difficult for him.
Right.
And he's trying still to save some things in his life.
Yeah.
And he'll say stuff in front of his officers that's absurd.
Right.
And they're trying to be respectful
Yeah.
of him, so they're accepting some of the wacky stuff that he's saying to them.
And he's also, like his character in Thunder Road, he's in this film, he's an alcoholic, so he's on edge.
Yeah.
Right? He's dealing with drinking. Again, these real life elements, these real life problems that bleed into this broader, more comic sort of framework, but he manages to strike that balance.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had a good time with this movie. I was worried a little bit that he might be repeating himself, but I get what he's doing. I think he's using a genre sort of stage to test his persona out, to test this tonal balance between something serious, something sad,
Yes.
and something funny.
Yeah.
And I think he does it. I think he succeeds with.
Well,
The
actually,
Wolf of
if you
Snow
look at it, and you don't want to get into the nuances, it's a pretty decent horror film or satire of the genre.
Hall. Right.
So
And what it ultimately ends up being is a nice riff on the werewolf movie.
yes, yeah,
Right?
yeah. So what does a guy like this? What do you think will happen to him? Just speculating. He's had 2 films now, both of them with similar characters.
Mm-hmm.
You think he'll continue on with that character?
You know, I hesitate to say this. I want to say that Jim Cummings in these first 2 films is the arrival of a major new cinematic talent.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember seeing for the first time the 1-2 punch of Bottle Rocket and Rushmore, which announced the arrival of Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, gee, I don't know if this guy is that, but he's certainly a new, original voice.
Right.
He's giving us sort of emotional experiences that are new. And I mean, how often can you say that?
And chuckles along the way.
Right.
For a guy here who's very tough on comedy, I have to admit I found it very amusing, and that I will look forward to Jim Cummings in the future.
I can't wait to see what the guy does next.